Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. The big question is, who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Who is Nigeria's current president? The answer to that question has continued to take a different turn following what could be termed a truth-finding expedition by PDP's presidential candidate at the 2023 general elections, Atiku Abubakar. The transcripts of proceedings were shared on social media, leaving many Nigerians even more confused regarding the following, of course. Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the real name of Nigeria's president? Due to his age discrepancies, what is his true age? Was he born in 1952, 1954, or 1955? And also, what type of certificate did Bola Ahmed Tinubu submit to INEC? And why did he not request one from the Chicago State University?
With so many questions left unanswered, the presidency has insisted that the academic records released by Chicago State University had vindicated President Bola Tinubu and confirmed him as an alumnus of the school. In a different twist, CSU has said that the certificate Mr. Tinubu presented to INEC is not theirs. We have seen different explanations of the transcripts online, but to clarify what the true situation of things are to the average Nigerian concerning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC, we have joining us this morning Special Assistant to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Phrank Shaibu. Welcome to Breakfast Central. Good morning.
Morning. How do you do?
Very well, thank you. How do you do? All right. So let's get into the conversation proper. We hope that you can help us clarify what exactly is going on with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's certificate. We've seen different interpretations of the transcript online. We've seen different newspapers reporting different things. Some say that Chicago State University has vindicated the president. Is that the true position?
You see, it smacks of wretched illiteracy for anybody to contemplate that the Chicago State University has vindicated Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We're talking of a man who has a penchant for lying and forgery. He didn't start today. You remember that when he wanted to be governor of Lagos State in 1998, it's the same set of lies, issues of lies. And at that time, when Chief Gani Fahimi of blessed memory, may so rest in peace. And now, I think with what Atiku has done, he can truly rest in peace. When he took him to court, at that point, Tokunbo Afikuyomi, who had nothing to do with the certificate, had to be made the fall guy. And I think that even affected his political career because he was a blossoming young man at that time who was growing politically. He had the clout, he had the friends, he had the political strength and everything. And he had the sagacity. Unfortunately, they tied into that certificate scandal and he had to be made the fall guy at that time. Nothing has changed about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The issue is simple. Atiku did not go to the U.S. court to search whether he went to the University of Chicago or not. After all, he didn't send him to university. We have no business with whether he went to the University of Chicago State University or not. That's not the issue. The issue is we are aware that he did not acquire a degree. And what is submitted to INEC was forged, fake. You understand? And he must have gotten it from Oluwole, somewhere in Oluwole. And thank God, coincidentally, one of his lawyers who represented him in Chicago, at the court in Chicago, his name is Oluwole. So interestingly, the issue is, even if you went to Chicago State University, somebody can attend the university and maybe to go there to sell either going and aggregate bread, or he could sell corn and beans. That is business. We are saying that, look, you do not possess a certificate. And that position has been validated during deposition in the court in the United States of America. Under oath, the registrar of the university, under oath, you need to underline that, under oath, admitted that, look, the document is submitted to INEC. It's not their document. They didn't authorize it. Now he was asked again, he was further probed. Okay, what of the document, the certificate you gave to now Esquire, a lawyer to Atiku Abubakar under subpoena in 2022? And they said yes, that certificate existed in their file. And they now ask, do you keep records of anyone's certificate in maybe photocopies or other copies? And the school said no. The only record we keep are records of uncollected certificates. uncollected diplomas. So it means that the owner of that certificate did not collect his certificate. That is number one. So if the owner, whose name is Bola Tinubu, did not collect his certificate, where did Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Bola Adekunle Tinubu get his own certificate from? The answer is clear and unambiguous.
Is this implying, Mr. Shaibu, is this implying, or alleging that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is different from Bola Tinubu that, the Chicago State University agrees attended their institution?
Of course, the FBI are going to do their job on Chicago State University, because even the transcript from the college, the high school he claimed to have attended, which they claimed the Bola Tinubu submitted to the university. The university didn't do what they call a KYS. They didn't do the thorough job, to check the veracity of the claims by the student. It has what we call sex, it's female. He claimed he attended Government College, Lagos. Don't forget too that when Gani took him up in 1998, 1999, when he became governor in 1999 of Lagos State, he claimed at that time that he attended Government College Ibadan. Now, when Government College Ibadan denounced him, denied him, and told him, no, you were not our student, you have never been to this school, he retracted. And that is why we are not surprised too that while filling out his forms for the presidential election, he left the place for primary school, nil, secondary school, nil. That's high school. In America, it's called the high school. Now, this time around, he used the certificate, a purported transcript from Southwest College. And the transcript says, Bola Tinubu. What is letter A? Don't even forget, too, that we are Nigerians. I lived in Lagos all my life. Let me give you a classical example. My daughter's first name is Perennial. Her middle name is E, which is Eleojo, and it means gift from God. My name is Phrank, and I spell it with a PH, which is P, and my middle name is Eleojo, and my surname is Shaibu, my daughter's name is Shaibu. My daughter is in a university in America today, not even by chance. You understand me? And the question is, so assuming but not considering that she is P.E. Shaibu, and I'm P.E. Shaibu, I will just, as a university, because you just see P.E. Shaibu, you believe it must be Phrank Shaibu? The answer is no. You must do your check. You must do your test. Now, the university could not even ascertain under cross-examination what the A, which is the middle name of, which your president calls Ahmed, what the A represents. Now, that result, purported result used in gaining entrance to the university in the first place shows that the sex is female. Not a problem. We didn't go for that. That was not what we didn't go on Fantasy Island. That's not what we were looking for. We knew what we were looking for. What we were looking for is the fact that did you issue in the certificate that is submitted to INEC? The answer is no. If the answer is no, which they gave to us under cross-examination, what it means is that where did he get it from? Only, of course. He claimed he went to Government College, Lagos. In his form, the form that was given to us by the university, the Chicago State University. Now, a man says he went to Government College, Lagos, and graduated in 1970. The same man did not know that, look, I am a teacher. I am a teacher and a school owner. In the first place, let me tell you something. He submitted an A-level certificate from Cambridge. Before you can do Cambridge A-level, you must have finished high school, minimum of 2 years. So if he said he graduated from Government College, Lagos in 1970, and his Cambridge A-level certificate is in 1970 as well. That on its own is a misnomer. It is mysterious. It is practically impossible for you to finish high school, that is secondary school in Nigeria, which is either grade from 5 at that time, because they spent 5 years at that time. Not now when we now spend 6 years, when kids now spend 6 years in school. Now, if he spent 5 years in college, that is in secondary school at that time, and finished in 1990, it is practically impossible for him to write the A-level Cambridge in the same year. Not possible. Don't forget too that Government College Lagos was not established until 1974. How can a man graduate before his school was established? Is it Jesus?
All right.
What kind of thing is that? It is reprehensible. And when I see people, same Nigerians, because of pecuniary benefit, go on television to defend this kind of malodorous, embarrassment we are getting all over the world? No, sir. It is not. I'm not the one saying he is a forger. He is a perennial forger, persistent, habitual. He did it before. Before now, he even said he had a BSc economics from University of Chicago. That was when he was applying to be governor of Lagos State. Then he went further to say he now has another degree in business administration from the University of Chicago.
All right.
We are not bothered. Atiku didn't send him to school. So Atiku is not bothered about whether he attended the University of Chicago or not. Our case is this. It is an affront on our sensibilities as a people and a violation of what the Constitution provides. Anyone who forges a certificate in the process of aspiring for the highest office in the land should be removed.
All right, Mr. Shaibu.
He is not qualified to be president.
Mr. Shaibu, you've made very strong, statements explaining what you think might have been the situation, and I'd like you to react.
It is not what I think. You have seen this. You have seen the documents. The documents are in public space.
Yes. All right.
The university released those documents. You saw the documents. In one of the documents, you can put it up. You have the documents. You understand? News Central is a non-biased station. This is the first time I'm coming on your channel. But I've been watching your channel, and I know that your reportage is non-biased. It's not influenced by anyone. So the issue is this. I want you to query those documents. A man said he attended Government College, Lagos, and graduated in 1970, and produced a result, and filled a form while aspiring to go to the university, while applying to attend the Chicago State University. They produced his application form. You saw the application form in 1976, and he said he finished from Government College, Lagos. So do you now need a witch doctor to tell you that the school, if you a simple Google search, will tell you that that school was not established until 1974.
Mr. Shaibu, let's talk about something that our guest said. Yesterday we had Mr. Osita Okechukwu join us on the show to have this same conversation. Of course, he's one of the founding members of the All Progressives Congress. And when we asked him this question as to what exactly is going on with the president's certificate from Chicago State University, he said, and I quote, I don't want to quote, but he said something in the lines of, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has no moral high ground to bring this conversation up now. He went further to state that if Alhaji Atiku Abubakar had this information all along, why is he only bringing this up now, and saying that we should allow the president, if we're not pleased with the president's administration or whatever it is, if we have concerns, we should allow him finish his time in office, and then after the 4 years, we can vote someone else. And I'd like you to react to that.
So to not, trample or truncate our democracy.
Our democracy.
That's what you said.
But also making reference to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar not having the moral high ground for this, to bring this up.
You see, these are deflections you get from serial liars and perennial certificate forgers. You cannot talk about what is moral ground. What is morality? Morality is when a man says, look, this man who is president of Nigeria, who they selected as president of Nigeria, is a serial forger, and I will prove that. And you put everything, you take everything, including your life, put it at risk. Resources, painfully limited resources. After electioneering, just say, look, let me pursue this to a logical conclusion. And it's not about me. It's about children yet unborn. We don't want to have a president who will be a pawn in the political chessboard of world politics. How can we have a chairman of economic committee of ECOWAS countries who is a certificate forger? How would you feel if you were president of maybe United States of America, and right in front of you talking about cooperation between America and Nigeria, and sitting right in front of you is a non-certificate forger? How would you feel if you have the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom having a Bola Tinubu in front of him, who is a certificate forger? How would you feel? These are the issues. You see, it is about only yesterday, one of the reports was brought to fore, where about 18 Nigerian nurses going to jail in the United States of America particularly in the state of Texas, for certificate forgery. The other day it was Midsummer, and they were calling for her head, including the leadership of the APC. That little girl, they were calling for her head, claiming, oh, she forged this. Of course, we knew she did that. So what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. Bola Tinubu cannot be left to finish. What time does he want to finish? What moral ground does he want to even finish a term? What term? He should do the honorable thing. Salisu Buhari resigned honorably. So what is morality here?
Okay, well,
Who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Atiku Abubakar, if you feel, it's just like a man who caught his wife with another man. The moment the woman begins to tell you, honey, but I saw you that day. I saw you that day with one girl. Did I say anything to you? Know that she's a serial liar. Know that she's making a confession. That is a deflection. You cannot distract Nigerians. You can't deflect this. He has been caught. They have been lying through this. For 23 years, we have been on this. For 23 years, he has covered this. If he had remained quietly in his Lagos, where he has been a lord of the manor, where he was governor, and he has been governor for 23 years, bringing midgets and errand boys and placing them in office, nobody would have even continued in this manner. Of course, an Atiku Abubakar would still have raised it. In 2015, President Goodluck Jonathan filed a case against President Goodluck Jonathan's government, filed a case against him. That document is public document. And when he knew he was going to go to jail, you know what he did? He capitulated, withdrew his support for his party, and supported Jonathan. We know this. The documents are public documents. I give you the privilege to go and access those documents.
All right, Mr. Shaibu.
Why was that case withdrawn from courts?
Mr. Shaibu, I also want to ask, going forward, while of course we continue to go back and forth, with these conversations concerning the certificates presented to INEC. There's also arguments that the PDP's case heading to the Supreme Court may not hold a lot of water because the PDP didn't add any of this to its to the cases that it's pleading at the Supreme Court, and so the Supreme Court, of course, doesn't have to work with the emotions that are going across the country now. It's going to work with the legality of what is presented before it. So quickly respond to that, and what are your expectations?
My response is clear. Illiteracy is a misfortune and should never be taken as a privilege. The law is clear. Nobody can stand the law on his head. No amount of use of immoral power will stop what is happening today. The law is clear. The Supreme Court can admit evidence. New evidence. It's been tested. It has happened multiple times. Not just in Nigeria, but outside Nigeria. Our law makes provisions for that. So they cannot be a judge in their own case. The man is a certificate forger, a serial one for that matter. It's been on, and we give glory to God for the life of Atiku Abubakar. And I'm excited to be alive to see this day, that at least this man has been stripped naked, and we can see the fouls wrong.
Do you have confidence in the Supreme Court judges to be able to upturn the decision of the status quo currently, to upturn it in favor of your principle?
It is not about having confidence in the Supreme Court. It is about the justices of the Supreme Court believing in Nigeria and knowing that, you see, the challenge is this, even you sitting in the studio there, the moment, God forbid, you say, look, you don't want to work in New Central tomorrow and you want to head to any part of the world, they will not just use touch, they will use microscopic and telescopic apparatus to check your certificates because your president is a certificate forger. That is the issue. That is the issue. You see, the Supreme Court justices know, and they know for sure. How do you sit down and call yourself a judge or a justice of the Supreme Court? So pretending over election petition, and you have clear evidence that the man who was selected by the Independent National Electoral Commission as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not just a certificate forger. Under oath, they know the implication. Under oath, the university admitted in clear and unambiguous text that that document is submitted to INEC is not their document. They don't know where he got it from. And that the certificate belonging to the Bola Ahmed Tinubu that they know is in their file. Even though the university went further to say that they don't even know the meaning of the A. We remember that even this NYSC discharge certificate is submitted to INEC. The name we found there is Adekunle. Now let me ask you, can you go for NYSC without the university you attended forwarding your details to the body, to the National Youth Service Corps? It's not possible. So it is the records that is transmitted from your school to NYSC. That is what NYSC is going to. That's what NYSC is going to use and document you with. So if Bola Ahmed Tinubu says his name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how come his NYSC discharge certificate is Bola Tinubu Adekunle?
All right.
The mystery continues. The mystery continues. This is a man from Iragbiji. Either Iragbiji is a product of GBT. I don't know. You understand? But I'm not a Yoruba man. But the name Bola is not a suffix or a prefix that can stand alone in the Yoruba lexicography. Bola Ige, his full name was Ajibola. Bolanle, Omo Bolanle, Bolarinwa. What is this Bola? Is this Bola Joko? Are you with me? Or yes. Bola Loko. So what is his own Bola? How come he's the only Yoruba man living on earth whose name is either a prefix or a suffix? Where is the main name? The Yoruba lexicography.
Mr. Shaibu,
we have never seen anywhere. So everything about him is a mystery. And he should just quietly, honorably, go back to his Lagos, where he is the Lord of the man.
Yeah. So what you might be implying, Mr. Shaibu, what you might be implying is that there is more to this story than what we're currently seeing or what is currently being unraveled. And
even implying, I'm saying that the world, including you sitting in the studio there, should congratulate Atiku Abubakar for a job well done. But this is just the beginning, because so many other young people, journalists, are going to go. Don't forget to, this October is the sweetest October ever. October, remember that October 1, we woke up to the release, to the judgment by the court. This is a man who went on blocking every process in the United States court to stop the release of the document. His lawyers even pleaded in one of their documents and orally that it will cause irreparable damage if the documents of this man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu is released to Atiku Abubakar. Irreparable damage. And what is irreparable damage? The irreparable damage is now clear to Nigerians. The first one is that in the first place, when it was released, we saw what they meant by irreparable damage. Was that one, he attended a government college in Lagos, and graduated from the school even before the school was established. That is irreparable damage. Very correct. The lawyers were very truthful. American lawyers, they don't tell lies. Even their justice system, in their justice don't lie. Because they know what it is to lie on that oath. The lawyers in America told the court that it will cost the man, Bola Tinubu, irreparable damage if they release his documents. We have seen the irreparable damage. We have known that he went to a school spiritually, graduated from the school even before the school was established. It's not a wonder man, it's a magician. The other day I read his wife saying, my husband is not a magician. Who told her? He doesn't even know his husband, her husband. Her husband is a magician. A man who can graduate from a school before the school was established. Is he not more than a magician?
All right.
I'm implying the documents are before you. Interrogate those documents.
All right. Mr. Shaibu, would like you to also please share with us the likelihood of a press address happening today. We did hear reports about Alhaji Atiku Abubakar addressing the media today. I don't know if you can confirm that for us.
I want to authoritatively tell you that he will be thanking Nigerians for their support and resilience. And more, there is more to come. This same October, the FBI is going to release 2,500 files on your Bola Tinubu. You understand me? And we are waiting and we pray to be alive to see what they will unravel. There's more to come on this mysterious man, mysterious magician who can attend the school without graduate before his school is established.
All right, Mr. Shaibu, I'd also like to ask what you make of the responses that the All Progressives Congress have been given when being asked about the certificate. What we do see is more than once in a number of interviews, they would oftentimes try to, in some way, maybe not answer the question directly, but then say that we should focus on not overheating the polity. We had that with Mr. Okechukwu Osita yesterday. In another interview, the Minister of Foreign Affairs did allude to something similar as well. So what would you make of these responses, and how do you maybe foresee that the APC is going to handle this going forward?
Not under any illusion that they were going to surrender easily. We're talking of the people who came to power by telling lies. These are serial liars. You remember that a fortnight ago, I issued a statement where I unearthed 10 big lies by the Tinubu administration. 10. It was just a summary. 10. There are more to come. They live on lies. You see, they say if the head is rotten, what do you expect of the body? The man who is leading them, who is their national leader, is a certified serial certificate forger. So what do you expect them to do? These are people, you are talking of Osita Okechukwu. These are people who live on pecuniary benefits. That's their driving force. They don't believe in Nigeria. They keep lying. These people told us that, oh, the president is the only president in Africa who has been selected to meet on the sidelines with President Joe Biden in America during hunger. It didn't happen. When it didn't happen, they told us, oh, why would President Biden meet with Tinubu? After all, they met in India during the G20 meeting. I said, this is illiteracy. G20, a 2-minute meet and greet. They did meet and greet. Just greeting. Joe Biden was passing by, and your brother Tinubu went to ambush him and did a photo of them. You said you call that a meeting? A meeting, you issued a press statement to advertise. They now later explained that President Biden had other engagements. Now, President Biden had engagements, and the engagement was bigger, more important than the president of the most populous black nation in Africa or in the world. Oh, come on. Can you spare me those rantings? These guys, they won't stop lying. In the coming days, you will see them trying to turn the truth, on its head. But Nigerians, our plea is that Nigerians should be resilient. They should be careful so that they can deduct and separate the wheat from the chaff. Liars will be liars. These people are not here for Nigeria. They are not here in the interest of Nigeria. A man who claimed to remove subsidy and is still paying subsidy. Till today, they keep denying that they are not paying subsidy. They are making subsidy payments. They're made in August. The federal allocation and appropriation account documents is there in the public domain. They're paying subsidy. They are liars.
Well, once again, I just want, your response once again, and I did bring this up before, and that with regards to the Supreme Court. You've said, of course, you cannot turn the Constitution on its head. Fair enough. But we've seen, in the build up to, this week, cases from the Elections Tribunal that have been shocking, to Nigerians, the decisions that the courts have taken. We've also seen, even in Enugu State, I should also mention, the PDP governor there was accused of also forging his NYSC certificate. But of course, the courts ruled in his favor. So what happens, with, this case, if the Supreme Court goes ahead to rule in favor of the president? What would that imply for Nigeria's democracy? And of course, would we accept, would the PDP accept that Supreme Court, of course, has had its say and there's nothing that can be done?
You know that the Supreme Court on its own will not even travel that route. They know it. They know the truth. They know what is before Nigerians. It's about Nigeria. It's not about Atiku Abubakar. You see, we need to understand this. It's about Nigeria. And that's why when I see people populate the pages on their pages on social media with these rantings that the university has authenticated that a Bola Tinubu attended their university. It is not our business. We didn't send him to school. Neither did Atiku Abubakar pay his school fees. All we are after is that he submitted a forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission. The Supreme Court knows what it is. The Constitution is not, you see, what we are saying is not an offense against the Electoral Act. It's about the ground norm, which is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They know what it is. The Constitution is bigger than anybody, including the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They say he is president. He says he is president, but the deposition under oath from the court in the United States of America is clear and unambiguous. The university under oath has said clearly that they did not issue the certificate he sent to INEC. And what that means is that the university even went further to say, look, we have a copy of his certificate, which is, and why do they keep copies? We asked them, do you have the copy of the one submitted to INEC? They said they don't keep photocopies of anyone's certificate. It's there in the transcripts. Now, the one you have in your file, which you gave under subpoena, when there was a subpoena, where did you get it from? They said the only reason a student's certificate will be in the file is when it is uncollected.
Right,
so the Bola Tinubu, who owns that document, has not collected his certificate.
All right, Mr. Phrank Shaibu.
Or her certificates. Yes.
Mr. Phrank Shaibu, thank you very much for joining us this morning on Breakfast Central. We look forward to having you again as we get updates. We, of course, will be looking forward to hearing what Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has to say to Nigerians, and we certainly would love to have you back again. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll be more than willing to return to the station. Keep doing a good job, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.